Okay, the second question is discussed about network components. What is transmission media, network adapter, and network devices? Let's go to slide number 5. What is transmission media? Media are the means that is used to link together a computer networks. There are two different types of media, the wire and the wireless. Wire is subdivided into different kind again. Let's talk about the first one, which is twisted pair. What is twisted pair? Twisted pair is a wire in which each of the pair is separately insulated and twisted around the other wire in the pair. Normally consists of 4 pairs of wire. Let me show you an example of twisted pair. This is called a twisted pair because the cable is twisted. The reason that we need to twist the cable because is to avoid electromagnetic interference. Notice that if you run a microwave in your house while you are on the cordless phone, it will interfere the signals. Okay. And then you have coax cable. Coax cable has 2 conductors, a single wire in the center of the cable and a wire mesh shield that surrounded the first wire. Okay. Has 2 conductors, okay, and with an insulator between. Let me give you an example of coax cable. Coax cable. Normally you will find this cable in your house, as if you subscribe with Time Warner, then you will have this one. This is the shield, the foil shield, and the center conductor, and this is the insulation. Okay, so this is an example of coax cable. The third one is a fiber optic. What is fiber optic? Fiber optic is a thin strand of glass that transmits pulsating beams of light rather than using electric current. Okay, this is one of the most expensive and the most reliable type of a wire network. Why? Because fiber optic cable is immune to electromagnetic interference, so the distance between nodes can be longer. Okay? Also, fiber optic cable transmit an enormous number of messages very fast and very securely. Okay. And this is one of the most costlier than any other type of cable. Okay. Somewhat is more vulnerable to damage in installation. Normally, people need to have a special training to install the fiber optic. Let me give you an example of a fiber optic cable. Fiber optic, this one. Okay, this is called a fiber optic cable. If you go to Pecan campus, we run a fiber optic cable between the old buildings, the old campus, to the main campus, which is across the street of that. So we run cable underground, and we need to call the city of McAllen to dig the road, to do some construction underground. Okay. So that is the wire media. The other one is called wireless network. Okay, wireless network use radio or infrared signal that travel through the air to transmit the data. So wireless network is more vulnerable than the wire network, because in a wireless network the data is transmitted through the air, so it is more susceptible to interference or hacking. Okay, that is the first question, part A. Let's talk about the part B. The part B is the networking devices. The networking devices is on page 8. Okay, you have a router and a switches. Go to slide 9 actually. What is switches? Okay, switches is a device that are aware of the exact address, so they can send packets to the correct destination. Okay, so switches is basically a device that allow the communication among network. Let me give you an example here, an example of a Cisco switch. Okay, so in our classroom, each of the computer run a cable and connected through this switch. Okay, there are 48 port of switches, or there are 24 port of switches. It run about $2,000. Okay, it costs about $2,000. Okay. So what is switches? Switches is a device that are connected, different type of network devices. Okay, the device are aware of the exact address, so that they can send packets to the correct destination. Let's say that computer A want to send to B. They can send directly without sending broadcast to every one of these. Okay. Bridges and switches is the same, so we only discuss switches. Router, what is router? Router is a device that store the routing information and connect to the external network. The difference between router and switches is that router connect to the external network. So if you want to browse on the internet, you may need to have a router. The switches only allow you to have a network communication within the networks. Okay. Let me give you an example of a routers. Okay. This router, the most popular one is Linksys or router. You see this device costs about $200. This router allow you to connect outside the network. Notice that most of the newest one, they also have the port switches. So this is a combination of a switch and a routers. That's why it costs about $200 to $250. Okay. Make sure that when you purchase, technology, always get the best one. All right. Part C is called network interface card or adapter. What is that? That is basically an expansion bus that used to connect to the network or internet. Let me show you an example. What is a network interface card? It's called NIC card. Okay. NIC card, this one costs about maybe $50 to $30. This device, okay, your computer, each of your computers has this gigabit or fast Ethernet network adapter card. Gigabit, that means it can send up to 1000 megabit per second. The fast Ethernet, they can only send over 100 megabit per second. Okay, so Walmart sell this for $10. Okay. Some of the network interface card is quite expensive, especially if you buy a good one. For example, like this Intel is $35. Okay. All right. So that is basically the second questions, right? Which is discuss about network components, what is transmission media, network adapters, and network device. Question number 4, I think I mentioned to you earlier, why wireless network is more vulnerable than wired network? Because wireless networks send the data through wireless networks send the data in the air using radio wave signal, so they are more susceptible with hacking. People with the right software and hardware, for example, using Backtrack, this program, using Backtrack can intercept the wireless communication very easy. This one, Backtrack, this is one of the most popular one, and another one is called Wireshark. Okay, so when people running this program in a public place, you may need to watch out because they may trying to sniff into the wireless conversation. Okay, let me see if I can show you some other stuff here. Wireless Okay, where is this? There is a new one here that I try to dongle for wireless hacking. Dongle wireless hacks. I think I will mention to you. I will try to find some more information and let you know soon.